Good morning, everybody. Welcome back for installment of Scott Selections here for Thursday, September 15th. For again today's play of the day, quick recap of what happened yesterday. We had a loss in baseball with the Brewers' first five money line at minus 128 on FanDuel. Unfortunately for us, the Brewers had a lot of hits and a lot of guys on base, but did not capitalize at all. I believe they had 8 hits in the first 5 innings, went 0 for 5 with runs in scoring position. It felt like Milwaukee left two plus guys on base basically every inning, as they ended up trailing 3-1 after 5. So a bit unfortunate there, but we picked up a loss. Look for a bounce back winner here on Thursday. And for today's play of the day, going to pivot back to the WNBA, looking at game 3 of the finals between the Aces and the Sun, taking place at around 9 p.m. Eastern time. And for this matchup, we like the road team in this one. We like the Aces, plus 1.5 at minus 114 on FanDuel. Time recording of 1:50 a.m. Eastern time. Couple reasons why I like the Aces plus 1.5 into this matchup. First reason, looking at the recent form, the Aces have been playing a lot better basketball, as the Aces have won 11 of their last 12 games, with 10 of those 11 wins coming by at least 5 points. Meanwhile, Connecticut, despite being in the finals, has really not been playing great basketball lately, as the Sun have lost 4 of their last 6 games. And the main reason why the Sun have struggled recently, it's been their offense, as the offense has been a disaster. The Sun have scored less than 73 points in each of their last 3 games. And in the series, the Sun have scored less than 72 points in each of the first 2 games. And at the end of the day, the Aces, we know, have a lot more offensive firepower than Connecticut does. And that's been the story of this overall series. The Aces have arguably the best 3 players in this series, with Wilson, with Gray, and with Plum. Now, Plum was a finalist for the MVP award, but she was struggling a bit with her shooting consistency in the playoffs. However, she did get back on track in game 2 as she finished with 20 points. Asia Wilson continues to dominate, and Gray continues to do her thing as well. So I really don't see Connecticut's defense having enough answers for even 2 out of 3 of those great players. And offensively, Connecticut doesn't really have any game changers. I guess John Quell is their best offensive player. She's kind of hovering around 15 points per game. But I really just don't see how Connecticut's supposed to keep up on the scoreboard unless they put the absolute clamps down into this game. And I simply put, do not see that happening. Plus, the Aces, despite being a lot better in game 2 offensively, still really struggled when it came to shooting the 3-point ball. And I think eventually they're going to get back on track from behind the arc. The Aces won game 1 and game 2 despite shooting less than 23.2% from the 3-point line in each game. And for reference, the Aces shot 39.7% from 3 in the regular season, which ranks second in the entire league. So the Aces have done well in the series despite not shooting well from the outside, which they did all season long. I think if the Aces even bump that up to 33% or so into this game, it should be a pretty tall mountain to climb for Connecticut, because the Sun have really generated nothing offensively throughout this entire series. The Aces seem to have flipped the switch defensively, and the Sun have had no answers. I think that the Aces will come out and try to close the series out in 3, winning the first title in franchise history. You can argue about home court and how important it is. Do I think home court is worth roughly 6 points? I don't. The Aces were favored by 4.5 in game 2. They're favored by 6 points in game 1. Now they're getting 1.5. I just think that this is way too many points to give an Aces team that is clearly the much more talented team on paper. And the Sun might be a good home team, but we have seen them lose a couple of home games in the postseason so far. They lost to 1 game against Dallas, for example. They lost another game to Chicago. They're not invincible at home, and the Aces on the road have been very good this season, as the Aces were 13-5 in the regular season on the road. But with the much more talented roster and with the team playing in much better form, I think the Aces should end up winning the game outright and officially sweeping the WNBA Finals. Play that once again here for Thursday, September 15th is going to be on the Aces plus 1.5 at minus 114 on FanDuel. Bye, everyone.